Hello everyone. This is Purav Bhatt from Career Ownership Hub, and I am sure you are ready to completely dive into how to get your new job as a mid-career professional. And most of us in the mid-career journey have been trying to take the next step, but it is becoming all the more difficult now. And there is a very specific reason for this. The way the recruitment is changing, the way the behavior of the talent acquisition managers are changing. Unfortunately, the individuals, the employees are not trying to change. They are still following the conventional method. And the conventional method is we update the resume with all the roles and responsibilities, with all the designations, and we upload the resume on the job portals. And then we wait. We wait for calls. We wait for an interview call whenever there is an opportunity, whenever there is a vacancy. But this method no longer applies. With the changing world, with the changing technology, the behavior and the way of recruitment has also changed. And today I'll share a few important techniques, I would say rather tips that you should start following as a mid-career professional to land into your dream job. What techniques you should implement. I have a mind map. I'll try to share it here. But if I'm not able to share, and if you want the mind map, the complete landscape of how to get into the job, drop your email ID in the comment section here. And my team will share the complete mind map with you from the Career Ownership Hub. So if you are really interested in the mind map, drop your email ID in the comment section and wait for a few hours to get the complete mind map for you, which you can start following. So without wasting your time, let's go to the techniques how to get your dream job or how to get the job that you desire. So let me first tell you the hiring pyramid. How does hiring take place and how do you behave? Most of the talent acquisition managers, when there is any opportunity in their organization, when there is a vacancy, they first try for internal referrals. They try to see whether somebody from within can fill up the position. And what we have is called the internal job posting. If this doesn't work, then they talk to the employees. Do you have any friends who can join us from outside, from any other organization? Because you know what? They want somebody with reference. They want somebody who they know in any way. They don't want to get into a completely unknown person and evaluate him or her in 30 minutes over an interview. If this also doesn't work, then the HR have their own communities and they start spreading the message within their communities that there is a position, a leadership position at a mid-career level. You either have a senior position or a leadership position. So they start talking to their communities within to see if there is something and if somebody can hop in, if they have some contacts. And this is a very strong network. If if this also doesn't work, then they go to professional headhunters. They charge money. The professional headhunters charge money. But because they charge money, they also give quality leads. They also give quality employees which are already filtered. So the job of the HR reduces because he or she gets employees or people who are already filtered by the headhunter. And if this doesn't work, only then, only then they go to the job portals. The job portals come at the last. The reason is in the first four levels, they get people with references. In the first bottom three levels, internal job postings, uh, through the employees and through the HR communities, the cost involved is less, and they get people who are known. And in all the bottom four blocks of the pyramid, what works is network. If you have a good network within the company, if you have a good network with people beyond your organization, a professional network, I'm not talking of network of your friends, a professional network. If you have a good network with the within the HR communities, or if you also know the headhunters, they also know you, then you have a good opportunity. In parallel to this, what the HR or the talent acquisition manager also do is they start searching on LinkedIn. And this has become a new trend. I would not say a new trend. This has been going on for a few years. And post pandemic, this has become very, very common. You know why? On LinkedIn, the HR gets to know a lot of things about an individual. So the first step that I would tell you to do is start building relationships within the organization, beyond the organization, your professional relationships. And the second step is start updating your LinkedIn profiles. You have to do three things on LinkedIn. The first thing is optimize your profile. The second thing is start creating content. You can join the Career Ownership Hub where we have the content creation strategies and where we have a special session to create 10 pieces of content in 1 hour. And the third and the most important thing is start joining professional groups on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, there are professional groups. So, based on your requirement, based on your next step that you want to take, you can find with the keywords the groups that are relevant for you and start engaging with the people there. So, on LinkedIn, you have to follow a very basic framework. Engage by writing content and by connecting with people, and then develop a strong network. The mistake that most of the people make is as soon as they connect with their network, they start asking for help. So do not ask for help as soon as you connect. Start engaging first, develop a strong network, and then ask for help. The second thing that you have to do is the first is the hiring pyramid, and under the hiring pyramid, there are two steps: build relationships and start using LinkedIn. The second step is a very interesting step: increase your perceived value. Increase your perceived value. Now, what do you mean by a perceived value? If you look at any product, what triggers you to buy a product? The advertisements. If it is a new product which you have never used, what is the first thing that helps you create some confidence in the reliability of the product is the advertisements, the way they present the product. People also the companies also do they have got brand ambassadors for their own products. So if a very famous sports person comes in advertisement of a product, then your confidence in that product will obviously be higher than in a product where there is no promotion. Your first decision to buy a product is based on the perceived value, and then you start using it, and then you see the tangible value. And this is what happens in case of people. Whenever you go for an interview, the organization doesn't know your tangible value. You have not worked with them. They know your perceived value, and you have to increase your perceived value. How can you do this? Your perceived value can be increased by increasing your visibility at the right forums in a right manner. So you have to position yourself in the right way. How can you do this? I'm going a bit into details and I want you to start taking notes. Although I'm going to share the mind map with, if I get your email ID, the team will share the mind map with you. Start creating your assets. And when I say assets, content is an asset. You can write an ebook with all the experience that you have, 10 years, 15 years of experience in the corporate world. Writing a small ebook with your name on it. It could be a technical ebook, it could be something where you share your knowledge with the people, with the juniors, with the students, etc. etc. You start writing technical papers, white papers, and publish them. Trust me, there are a lot of things, lot of ways to create your assets. And asset creation takes time. Start doing it now. The second is attend offline events to increase your visibility, industrial events. And when you attend, try to take a speaking engagement. Speak at the events. You should be on the dais, speaking to a lot of people. That gives you more and more visibility. And LinkedIn is, of course, there. LinkedIn helps you position yourself in a right way. Not only position, also reposition. So the second step is increase your perceived value. Third is your resume. And as a mid-career professional, you cannot use the same old conventional resume where you write your designation, then the list of responsibilities in that particular role. Then you go to the second role, you write the list of responsibilities under that role. Believe me, the organization is not interested in what you are doing, in what you have done. They are interested in what you can do for them. How can you contribute? And here you have to use your resume as a proposal, as an offer based on the vacancy, based on the kind of position. You write your achievements. What have you achieved in your existing role or the previous roles that is relevant for the new role? And you can be a problem solver for them. You can start contributing. So highlight only the relevant achievements. Do not go into paragraphs and paragraphs in your resume. That doesn't work. Nobody is going to see your 3-page resume. What works in a resume or the attention is only on the first page, and that also on the top side of the first page. Write your achievements. Do not write each and everything in the resume. The second is use your resume as a website. You might have heard the word SEO, search engine optimization, where keyword is the term which is very common. You have to include keywords in your resume. Keywords from the job description. If you look thoroughly at a job description, you will get a lot of keywords. Those keywords should appear in your resume. That is how you use your resume as a website. Mind well, you are a mid-career, you are into mid-career, your expectations from you are very high. You are not a fresher. So you have to change the way you approach new job opportunities. You cannot be in a reactive mode, else you have to compromise. If you want your dream job, start working on the following steps. The next is research well. You cannot keep applying everywhere and for every role. Do a good research and apply for selected roles. This will reduce the frustration level. This will give you patience. This will give you time to think. And this will also polish your pitch when you are applying for a selected roles. This will help you polish your pitch and customize your resume for each and every role and each and every organization. You cannot have a generic resume. So please understand that your resume should look like as if you are made for that particular role. You are the only one who fits in perfectly. Start working on your resume. The next is go with the right attitude, the right approach. Prepare well. When you go for an interview, you have to be very well prepared about the organization. I'll come to the interview thing in the next step. I'll go in a little in depth for the interview. But when I talk about attitude, you have to go there as if you are going to start contributing. You are not going to ask them for a job. As a fresher, you can do it because you are coming without any experience. But when you go as a mid-career professional, the organization also expects a mature behavior from you. You are not there to keep learning. You are there to go and solve their problem. When you are applying for a leadership role, it is not about they will train you. So you have to understand the difference. Most of the people, mid-career professionals, are also appearing in an interview after a very long gap. Sometimes it is 10 years of gap. And as a result, we are still the same old fresher. We apply the same behavior in an interview. I want this to be changed, and this has to be changed because you might be going as a team leader, you might be going as a senior leader. Even if you are an individual contributor, the responsibilities would be very high. That should be reflected in your behavior, in your approach. So, attitude matters. The next is the interview, the crucial 30 minutes and multiple rounds, wherein you'll be sitting in front of the decision makers before you step into the interview. Go on LinkedIn and look at the profiles of the interview panel, the profile of the people who are going to take your interview. And these details you can get from the HR at a mid career level, at such a senior level. It is okay to ask who is going to take my interview, what will be the team, what will be the composition. Please keep asking such questions, intelligent questions. And as you get to know, go and check the LinkedIn profiles. Don't worry. Most of my mentees also ask, Puro, if I go and check their profiles, they would know. You know what? I want them to know that you are doing your homework. So before you go for an interview, look at the profiles. Also see what is going on in the organization. Is the organization in the news for anything? And is it something where you can be a good contributor? When you share all these things in an interview, they would know that you have come prepared and you are serious for the position, and they are looking for such a person. And next two things which you have to do as soon as the interview is over and you reach back home, send a thank you note to the entire panel with a message. I look forward to hear from you. And the last thing, if you do not get a response in a week, you should send a gentle reminder to the talent acquisition manager or the HR. You are interested in the job and they should know that you are interested if you really are. So follow this interview tips as a mid-career professional. Now comes a crucial step. I'll revisit all the steps. So people who are joining late, stay hang on and I will quickly share everything. And all those who want this mind map, I am referring to a mind map. I'm not able to share it here. If you want a copy of the mind map, put your email ID in the comments. My team will share the entire mind map which you can follow. So the next step is sometimes you might not get your desired position immediately, but there is a chance that you enter your dream organization. There is a possibility in a different role. Other way, you might not get the desired organization, but you are getting the desired profile in a different organization. Take that step. You have to take some calculated risk. This is called creating a bridge. To reach your dream position, you are creating a bridge. This is extremely important because we are always waiting for the one which we desire, the position that you want, the company that you want. And in this expectations, you drop a lot of opportunities. Don't do that mistake. Start creating the bridges that will lead you to the dream position. So create bridge. The seventh step is, sorry, not the seventh, the eighth step is take proactive actions. You don't wait for opportunities to come now. You don't wait for vacancies to come. Because by the time it reaches you, it gets filled. So, with the help of your network that you will be creating on LinkedIn, you have to be proactive. Not keeping, you should not keep asking them, I'm looking for a job. Do you have something? But your approach and your interaction with them should make them realize that you are ready for a transition. Your content will also make people understand that you are looking for a change. Not only looking for a change, but you are eligible for the next step. So be very proactive. You cannot keep waiting and sitting and keep applying everywhere and assume that you will get a position, a dream position now, or you will get a dream organization. So start taking proactive actions. And while you are doing all this, keep upskilling yourself. Keep learning new skills. And when I say skills, if you are part of the career ownership hub, you would have known the emphasis is on soft skills. You know why? Learning a technical skill actually takes a lot of time. And the word technical is technology, which is changing. By the time you master a skill, the technology changes. So only focusing on technical skills will not help you take the next step in your journey. Or even if it helps, there is a risk. Because the moment you master, what if it changes? What if it becomes obsolete? You will be in the race of learning new technologies. This can be done when you are already in a job and you are in your expected position. In parallel, you can keep learning the new technology. But you cannot learn a technology to take the next step. For this, you have to focus on soft skills, public speaking, presentation, influencing, which are all a subset of communication, problem solving, team management, critical thinking. Let me tell you a secret or a fact. If you look at successful leaders 100 years ago, when I say leaders, Hitler was also a leader, not for what he was doing, but the way he was able to influence people. Martin Luther King was a leader. What were their skills? Influencing people, convincing people, having clarity of thoughts, passing on a very consistent message. Look at the leaders today. What are they doing? Clarity of vision, consistent message, influencing communication. The skills which were relevant 100 years ago are also relevant today. Soft skills. They do not become obsolete. Focus on strengthening your soft skills. And the last, but the most important, do not rush. Don't make a mistake in hurry. You have been trying for quite a long time to switch jobs. It is not happening. The only reason is the approach is not correct. If in today's module, if in today's session, if you have got some new inputs Have some patience and start following this process. So first thing I would like to know, if you are listening to this live, did you get any useful inputs? Please put it in the comments. Yes, this was useful. And I will quickly share each and every step in brief for the people who have joined just now. So quickly, 10 job search strategies. The hiring pyramid has changed. What you need to do is start building relationships and start networking on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has three components: create your profile, create content, and connect with the groups. Step number one. Step number two, increase your perceived value. The most important, increase your perceived value. Your tangible value is seen only when you start working, but your perceived value is seen even before you are recruited. Higher the perceived value, higher the probability of you getting recruited. Third, resume. Make it good. Use it as a proposal and use it as a website, not the conventional resume as a fresher. Fourth, research. Do a good research. Don't keep applying for each and every position. If you are focused, your pitch, your communication, and your confidence will be much better rather than you being for everyone. Be very focused on positions, and you may say no to opportunities which you think are not relevant. There is no scarcity of opportunities, so don't keep running. Attitude. You are a problem solver now, you are not a fresher. So go as a problem solver to the organization and show that you are the only one who can help them, who can contribute. So your behavior in an interview should be different. How to prepare for an interview and what to do after the interview. Check the profile of the interview panels on LinkedIn before you go to the interview, and so that you can build a rapport during the interview. And after the interview, send a thank you email, and also follow up after a week if you don't get a response. Create a bridge. You might have to take some intermediate positions to reach your dream position. The seventh, take proactive actions. You cannot wait for opportunities to come and then you start applying. There is a crowd outside. If you are waiting, then you are part of the crowd. Don't wait. Start creating opportunities. As I always say, be a creator of circumstances and not a victim of circumstances. Let's stop reacting. Let's start creating. The ninth point, upskilling. Focus on soft skills. Do not ignore technical skills, but focus on soft skills. Soft skills never perish. Technical skills become obsolete with technology. As a mid career professional, I do not expect you to keep learning technical skills because you are no longer going to get into operational role. You will be getting into a people management role, and that requires soft skills. Last, have patience. The way you have been listening to this video, if you are still here, I assume you are interested and you have a lot of patience. So let's have some patience because you have to take a big decision for your career. And these decisions should take time. You should not end up taking a wrong step because it is not a small one that you can keep taking often. So, all the best. If you want this mind map, please share your email ID in the comment section here and say, please share the mind map. My team will revert to you by end of the day today with the mind map. All the best for your next job search, and I would like to welcome you to the Career Ownership Hub community on Facebook. If you are not there, join us on Facebook and you can be a part of my next masterclass. As you join the Facebook group, you will get all the details there. Thank you so much and all the best.